Have you ever stopped to think about how 1 minute you can be watching something on YouTube that makes you feel pure, absolute joy, and the very next, you're watching something that sends a shiver down your spine? It's the same screen, the same platform. So how does that happen? Well, today we're going to break down how two totally different creators use the exact same storytelling tools to build two opposite emotional worlds.
We start right here, an explosion of sound, of color from a family vlog. You can just feel the energy, right? It's the Festival of Holi, and this one shout just sets the stage for everything that's about to happen. We're talking pure, chaotic joy.
And then there's this, a terrified whisper in the dark. In an instant, the entire mood just flips. We're not celebrating anymore, we're trying to survive. With just those three little words, we've been yanked from a world of light into a world of total fear.
Okay, so let's really get into it. How on earth do these creators build such radically different experiences for us on the very same platform? It really all comes down to their craft. This is the big question we're tackling. It's not just about the story they're telling, it's about how they're telling it. How do they use things like setting and light and suspense to so perfectly guide our emotions from one extreme to the other?
Let's kick things off with the one thing both stories have in common: the home. It's the central stage for everything that happens. But man, does it serve two completely different purposes.
So on one side, you have the vlogger, who makes it super clear that their old home is a safe space. It's a sanctuary, a place where they can get messy and celebrate without worry. But then you look at the other side, and that home is a prison. It's a trap, a place you're told you have to escape, because this thing, whatever it is, will never stop coming. One's a haven, the other is a haunting.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. Let's look at how they take the most fundamental element of our world, light, and use it in completely opposite ways.
So in the vlog, look at what they're doing. Everything is about getting ready for the day, for the sun. They're preparing for this massive explosion of vibrant color. Here, light isn't just light. It's the entire canvas for their joy. They are literally preparing for a fun, colorful mess.
And now, just flip that completely on its head. In the horror story, the prep is the exact opposite. It's about fighting off the darkness. They lock everything down and they turn on every single light. Light isn't the canvas for joy here, it's a weapon. It's the only thing they have for survival.
And here's why light is so absolutely critical. The antagonist, this entity named Jeni, is basically a creature of the dark, kind of like a vampire. She's hurt by light and has to hide from the sun to survive. Her whole existence is defined by this war between light and dark, which means every light switch, every open curtain becomes a life-or-death decision.
So you can see how they're setting the stage. But now let's talk about the craft itself, how they actually build this up to a climax. Both of these creators are basically engineering our feelings, guiding us step by step.
Check this out. Both stories build suspense around someone who's missing. In the vlog, it's all, "Where's Piyush?" And it creates this fun, lighthearted tension that pays off with his happy surprise arrival. But in the horror story, the tension comes from a direct, violent attack. The suspense isn't about fun, it's about whether someone is going to survive the night. The horror story structures its dread like a classic investigation. First, they find the father's old diary. Then, they discover the monster's weakness, light. Then they find the right tool to hunt her, a UV light, and they track her down, step by step. Each discovery just pulls us deeper and deeper into the fear, all leading up to that final, unavoidable confrontation.
And here we are, the climax. Both stories end in this moment of just overwhelming sensory chaos. For the vlog, it's a 25-kilo bomb of orange color powder going off, blinding everyone in this beautiful, celebratory cloud. For the horror story, it's the sound of piercing screams as the sunlight literally burns this creature like fire. Both are moments of pure chaos, but they're engineered to give us two completely different emotional payoffs.
So this all leads to a really important question. Why do we watch this stuff? Why are we so drawn to this entire emotional roller coaster, from total happiness to absolute terror? What is it about these stories that works so well on us?
Well, I think it's because both of these creators are what you could call emotional architects. They aren't just telling us a story, they are designing an experience for us. It's like they're using the same exact blueprint to build two totally different houses, and we get to live inside them for a little while.
And this is that blueprint, laid out right here. You need a powerful setting, a central conflict.
You got to build up the suspense. You need a big climax. And of course, character dynamics that make us care. It doesn't matter if you're making a happy family vlog or a terrifying horror story. These are the universal tools of the trade.
Which kind of leads us with one final thought to chew on. At the end of the day, we watch things to feel something, right? And when you really strip it all away, maybe these two powerful, primal emotions, joy and fear, are what we're really looking for. They're just two sides of the same coin, engineered perfectly for us, one click at a time.